Good! Happy Monday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. It is Monday, February 15, 2021. Let's begin this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. First up, let's take a look at your COVID-19 updates and data for this morning. And here's a look at the COVID-19 numbers for all of you this morning. There are 70,785 number of people in New Hampshire tested positive for COVID-19. There are 1,133 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And there are 126 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And that is a look at your COVID-19 data in New Hampshire. Now let's get to your other news. Nashua schools moving to a hybrid model, welcoming some students back for the first time since March. Substitute staffing issues continue. On Monday, the Nashua School District is set to initiate a hybrid learning model, meaning some students will have in-person classes for the first time since March. District officials said they are ready to finally welcome back students. Interim superintendent said some preschool, kindergarten, and first grade students have had in-person classes, along with special education students and career and technical students. But for most students at the middle and high school levels, this will be the first time back at school. The interim superintendent said this is certainly a new and different way of doing things, but that his team, teachers, and staff will provide a safe environment. Officials in Nashua are hoping to continue this hybrid model throughout the school year, but the interim superintendent said there is always a chance schools may need to switch back to remote learning. Some of our staffing challenges we're facing may make us rely on remote at times when people are quarantining, getting testing, or show symptoms, interim superintendent said. But I'm hoping the numbers are certainly going in the right direction, and I hope that we can continue and just make things happen for our kids, which is the best part. As for staffing shortages, Nashua and New Hampshire as a whole have had a difficult time retraining and training substitute teachers even before the pandemic. That problem has continued. Interim superintendent said the district is making some changes like increasing the daily wage to attract more substitutes, so schools will not be required to fall on remote learning should teachers call out. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and there were some boosts in businesses for Valentine's Day at restaurants. Restaurants enjoy Valentine's Day boosts in businesses. Restaurant owners remain focused on safety. This Valentine's Day may be quieter than past years, but restaurants benefited from people going out to celebrate the holiday. It came during a crucial time for the industry when many businesses are trying to get through the winter months. We were booked up all weekend, which is really great to see. Something different than we've seen recently, said the general manager of the foundry. The general manager said business is not where it was before the pandemic, but things are picking up. They see that they can feel safe here and know that we're following all the proper guidelines, the general manager said. Under those guidelines, New Hampshire restaurants can have 100% capacity if there is 6 feet between tables or barriers to separate them. Sorry about that, everyone. Takeout has been popular, with beer and wine allowed to go, but not mixed drinks. Once we get to warmer weather and we're able to do outdoor dining again, I think that anyone who's made it this far is likely going to make it, said Mike, president and CEO of New Hampshire Lodging and Restaurant Association. Mike said getting through February and March will be a tough stretch. I know that the reopening task force right now is actively looking at what are going to be the step down the provision as we ease back some semblance of normalcy, Mike said, but he added that any guidance changes are still a month or 2 away. We've got probably another month and a half before we can really claim victory, Mike said, but I think we're starting to get through it, and certainly every little bit is going to help them get access in across the finish line. During February and March, the Rally for New Hampshire Restaurant campaign will be educating people about the safety measures at restaurants and offer ways to support local eateries. Information about that campaign can be found in this article, and we will share the article with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page right after this broadcast. Walk-in clinic at Manchester VA Medical Center administers hundreds of vaccine doses. First walk-in clinic held, more anticipated. The first walk-in clinic offered for COVID-19 vaccine at the Manchester VA Medical Center saw a high level of demand when hundreds of veterans arrived to receive their first doses. I was actually surprised by the amount of veterans waiting outside for us. The line stretched around the building, VA medical nurse Patrick said, but we did a pretty good job of getting them in. It flowed pretty nicely, surprisingly well. Until now, the hospital had been administering COVID-19 vaccines by appointment, but Sunday was the first time they offered the first come, first served clinic. Nearly 600 initial doses of the vaccine were distributed, and second doses were scheduled on the way out. The overall reaction has been joy and jubilance. They're thankful, the director of the VA Medical Center said. However, the number of veterans who arrived outnumbered the available number of vaccine doses, leaving some frustrated. My ride is 45 minutes each way. No big deal, Thomas said. But the veterans coming from up north, that's a 3-hour ride each way. That's not acceptable at all. And for those who were turned away Sunday, the VA Medical Center said they will be receiving more vaccine doses in the coming weeks and will be able to make an appointment for them. In additional to appointments, the VA Medical Center hopes to continue the clinics. I absolutely anticipate it. It was a great success story today, and having these types of walk-ins for us is the way to go, the director of VA Medical Center said. Man back behind bars for carjacking 16-year-old just 20 minutes after prison release. A man has found himself back behind bars for allegedly carjacking a 16-year-old girl just 20 minutes after he was released from prison. And that is it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.